plant besties. It's Chula. Welcome to my channel, Hooked on Houseplants. How are y'all doing today? I am so glad to be back with you all today. I hope you are doing fabulous. I decided to jump on here real quick and do a end of summer favorites. I hardly ever do favorite videos, so I said, hey, why not show some end of the summer favorites? I still cannot believe that summer is almost over, y'all. So summer has 6 letters, so I will show 6 plants, okay, that are my favorites for this time of year. So first up, I tried to have a variety. I don't have anthurium like that anyway, but I won't be showing any anthurium or Hoya this time. But first up is this Begonia. This is the Begonia natuanensis. And if you've been watching my channel, you know that I really love Begonia. I don't do that well with Rex begonias. I think this is a rhizomataceous begonia. I do okay with these, but I do the best with the cane begonia, of course. But this one has been very easy for me. She is thirsty. She's definitely thirsty. So I'm refilling her like every couple of days, but she's really carefree and she's beautiful. Look at the texture on the leaves. It looks like a spider web. And then the new leaves that come in are this like burgundy or coral color. And she even decided to give me a little bitty flower. She's never flowered for me before, but I guess she said, y'all, what the heck? I'll give Chula a little flower before summer's over. So we'll see, you know, how my begonia do as fall approaches and the colder weather comes in. I can't really remember. It seemed like my begonia, most of them didn't do too well last year when it got cold, but to be honest, I really can't remember, but we'll see what happens. But for the letter S in summer is the Begonia natuanensis. Okay, so end of the summer, number 2 that represents the letter U is, this is my Syngonium red spot tricolor. Now I have to admit, y'all, that at first I saw this plant and I wanted it, and then when I got it, you know how you get it and you're like, it's okay, but it's not exactly like what you envisioned it to be. Well, this plant was kind of like that at first, and the reason why is because the pink fades on this plant. When the leaf first comes in, you can see that the pink is more vibrant. The colors in general are more vibrant, but then the leaf starts to fade. Like this is a newer leaf. That's gorgeous. You see how much more vibrant the colors are when the leaf is new. But I still love her, and I love her even more because, as I told you all, I did plant in I got a second red spot tricolor, and I put it in with my other one because y'all know I don't like no sparse looking plants. So she looks a lot better now that she's more full, but she's beautiful. She is really a beautiful plant, and I love the combination of these colors. Now, my Syngonium, for the most part, in my environment, they have been thirsty. So, of course, self-watering pot. You can see already some of her roots coming through at the bottom. I not too long ago repotted this plant. But yeah, letter U in the word summer, my red spot, Syngonium tricolor. All right, y'all. So for my M's, let me put this down. For the first M, I got this Philodendron warszewiczii aurea. And I love this plant, but I'm going to tell y'all, this plant can be kind of tricky. It's a philodendron, but it's very different, in my opinion, from most of the philodendron that I have. The leaves are very thin, like almost paper thin, and they are very delicate. So this plant kind of dries out quickly. You can see those roots kind of spiraling along the bottom. But if I notice if I put too much water in the reservoir, even though it's empty, the plant seems to absorb like too much water sometimes. And so what will happen is, this has happened twice, is sometimes it will absorb too much water and the leaf will literally melt. It will get soggy. Yes, it will get soggy and literally melt. So when I water this plant, I just put a very small amount of water. Like I don't, like you can see this indicator with some of my other plants, I'll go ahead and fill it up. But with this one, I fill it up maybe like halfway. I just put a little bit of water in there and she seems to like that better. But it's a really, really gorgeous plant. As you can see, the leaves are starting to mature. The shape is beginning to change because you can see in the leaves that are newer or that are older. You see this shape, and now it's starting to form that shape. Isn't that beautiful? So yes, y'all, this is the first M in summer. Philodendron warszewiczii aurea. Now, I do not see this plant a whole lot in others' collections, but if you have this plant, I would love to know like what experience you have had with it, if the leaves have been like that for you when you water it, if they kind of take up too much water and melt sometimes. But I think I'm slowly but surely kind of getting the hang of the care for this plant. Okay, so now y'all know I had to throw an Aglaonema in there. Like, I would not be Chula if I didn't show y'all Aglaonema. So for the second M, and this is like, I am so excited to have this plant because I don't know if I've told you this, but I have been very, very reluctant, and I guess it's out of fear, to order plants from overseas. But I have heard very good things about this company. It's called Green Spaces ID. I have seen others videos where you all have ordered from there, and it's been successful. So as you know, since Aglaonema are my favorite genus of plants, I was really looking for something like really unique. And a plant that I have been wanting for the longest time that I have not been able to find over in these parts was the Donna Carmen or Donia Carmen. And it just so happens that the green escape, yes, the green escape, I'm going to link the unboxing video for this plant, but you know, they always have one thing I will give Green Escape is they do have a large variety of starter plants. They really do at reasonable prices, and I think that's why we all get sucked in. But this is the Donia Carmen, and I'm going to insert a picture so you can see what this plant looks like when it's mature. But it's beautiful, and I've been wanting that plant for the longest time. So this is the Donna Carmen. Start running my mouth. But this is the one that I got from Green Spaces ID. Now, this beauty was listed as a dona santi, I think. I'm going to put the name on the screen, but when I saw this plant, I said, this plant is giving Donia Carmen, the plant that I have been wanting. So I said, I wonder if that's just what they're calling it, but that's what it looks like to me. Let me know what y'all think once you see the picture and compare it to this plant. To me, it's given that. And she is so special to me. And y'all, let me tell you, I actually have another Aglaonema that I got that came with this one. It took me like, I want to say almost 4 weeks to get them. And they, can't remember how the Phyto certificate works, but I didn't have to deal with any of that. I guess they handle it themselves. When I tell you that these plants arrived in excellent condition, like I was very, very impressed. And what was really impressive is that they were in the mail for so long, and sometimes you get plants that are right here in the United States and they come to you sometimes looking raggedy and beat up. And here these plants came from, I think, Indonesia. And I'm telling you, the Green Spaces, they did their thing. They did. The roots were very healthy. I think there was only like one yellowing leaf. Like I said, I'm going to insert the picture so you can see. I immediately inspected the plant, although you know that they, I think, under regulations, they have to inspect thoroughly the plants to make sure that there's no insects or things like that could come in on the plant. But I cleaned her very thoroughly with a little bit of water and Dawn soap. I cleaned the leaves, and then I put her and the other one in water overnight so that their roots could get rehydrated. And then I think the next day I potted them up, and they are doing fabulous. They are doing fabulous, y'all. And I got them like, I want to say about 3 weeks ago. I got them about 3 weeks ago. And lately, like I've been telling y'all, I've been really struggling with some of my Aglaonema, and it's really a shame because I love them so much, but they have just been giving me grief. So this really brightened my day when I got this plant, and it came in such great condition, and it's gorgeous. It is so gorgeous, y'all. I mean, I'm just so impressed by this plant. It really wasn't cheap, y'all, and I'm also going to say that the shipping costs are kind of high, but reasonable when you compare it to sellers from Indonesia and places in Thailand on Etsy. A lot of times the shipping costs are double what I paid for Green Spaces ID. And it was very well worth it, y'all. I mean, I'm sure you can agree with me. Look how gorgeous she is. This is like, I think this is my favorite Aglaonema. I mean, it is just, oh my goodness. I'm so happy to have this plant. So I guess this is what this one is going to be looking like when it gets bigger. We'll see. But yeah, I'm just loving her. I just love her so much. Now, I'm not going to show y'all the other one just yet, you know, because I probably, because y'all know I got some Aglaonema, some more Aglaonema that y'all ain't even seen. You know I do. So I probably will be doing an updated collection video, maybe. So I'm going to save the other one for that. But yep, y'all, this is the Dona Santi. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that coral stripe down the center. Like, oh my goodness. So she is the second M in summer. So now we got E. This is a plant that you all don't see very often. I have had this plant actually for quite a while. Probably about a year and a half. This is the Philodendron Blizzard. I think it's Gigantium Blizzard, I think. But this plant has been very easy going for me, y'all. It has, I hate to say that I've neglected this plant, but sometimes I really have. And it still has just been giving and doing the most. Now, with a lot of philodendron, this one is can get very huge. I will insert a picture so you can see how big it can get, but it's also self-heading. So even though it has like the leaf span is kind of wide, it is a slow but steady growing plant. So I think I have quite a bit of time before it like really gets out of control, but love the variegation. If I'm not mistaken, I think for the most part, the variegation on this plant is stable. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong, but I've had this plant like in all types of light. And it's still every single leaf. Like actually, I think I have it in lower light than what it was in. And the newer leaves are like even more variegated. So look, if you can't afford like some of these fancier and more expensive variegated plants, you might want to check out the Blizzard, because it's very reasonable and it's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So this is E, y'all, and it is in a self-watering setup. Okay, so last but not least, if you saw one of my latest shorts, y'all, how is she? Wait, let me put her on the floor. Okay, so if you saw one of my latest shorts, you will remember this plant. I have mentioned previously that Alocasia is my second favorite plant genus. I have been loving me some Alocasia, like y'all, just Alocasia to me are just like so, I don't know, they just so striking. Like the shape of the leaves is just like, oh my goodness. But anyway, this is R. This is my Heterophylla or Dragon's Breath Alocasia. Now, the reason why I'm loving this plant is because if you remember, and I'm going to insert the video if you want to check it out. I did a video not too long ago on Alocasia and if they thrive in semi-hydro. And this is one of the plants that I showed that I actually had in pond. And when I had this plant in pond, it only gave me like at the most 3 leaves. And they were kind of like this one, I guess, which that is not bad at all. But then I decided to put it back into a medium chunky potting mix. And of course, self-watering. I'm telling y'all, I'm not an alocasia expert, but my alocasia have done exceptionally well in self-watering pots because alocasia, for the most part, do not like to dry out and they like for their moisture to be consistent. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. So this is the latest leaf. Y'all look like, and it has such a prehistoric vibe to it, okay? I mean, and then get into the veination, the shininess of it all. I mean, it is just, I don't have any words. I'm sure y'all can see why she is a favorite for the end of summer. So let's count her leaves. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And y'all look, number 6. And I believe that it's gonna be a big one, y'all. Look at that. Like, I'm just very impressed with this plant. I hope it does well. In the colder months, we'll see. I will keep y'all updated. But yeah, y'all, I'm just like really, really feeling this plant. So yes, y'all, these are my favorites. Are the Heterophylla Alocasia Dragon's Breath. E, the bottom part then came off, but E is the Philodendron Blizzard. The second M was is my Aglaonema dona santi, or my PWAP. Plant with a passport, okay? Cause sister, she came from overseas, y'all. So she is a plant with a passport, okay? So this was the second M. I think this was the first M. My warszewiczii aurea. And then U, look, I can't spell. U is my Syngonium red spot tricolor. And then S, of course, my Begonia natuanensis. Now, y'all know what I want to know. I want to know which one of these is your favorite. I also would love to know what is 1 or 2 favorites of yours for this time of year. And I would love for you to post pictures on my community tab. I would love to see your favorites as well. But yes, let me know down in the comment which one of these you enjoyed and what your favorites are right now. All right, so thank you for coming back as always. Thank you for supporting my channel. I really appreciate you all. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And check me out also on Instagram and TikTok if you please. All right, y'all. So take care, and until the next time, Hooked on houseplants, y'all. Bye. Mwah. Take care.